By the time you're watching this, time is running out. Time is running out for you and every single person that is around you. Why is time running out? It's because that's just life. The minute that you are born is the timer that starts. And those minutes after your birth will soon lead you to your death. And that is why your time is running out. Your time will always be running out in your life. Your time is the most valuable thing that you have currently. Now, imagine that you were on your deathbed. Just think, how have I made an impact to those around me, to myself? Have I even made an impact at all? Has my life been doing this, or has it been doing this? A life that is lived like this, it's just a straight line, It's just a straight line that doesn't even move. Maybe just like, but that's not a fulfilling life. Even if your life is just like defibrillating, just like fibrillating, just like, it's your life doesn't like go it doesn't go up and down. It doesn't go into the ups and downs, the extremes and all that. And it makes you like complacent. As soon as your timer runs out, you're never going to be fulfilled. Most people are going to live their life like when it's about to be the end of their life, because they'll have a realization of how they've worked so much, and yet they didn't really do much in life. They worked so much. They wanted to spend more time with their kids. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. I don't want to be like that. If working hard means going into a job, wasting my time in menial tasks that I have to spend for my paycheck, that I have to give to my boss. My boss gives me my paycheck, and I'm not even in control of my income. He is. Then that's not a life worth living, and that's not a life that I want to live. I want to live a life that allows me to spend time with my children, that allows me to experience the world. You don't have to understand what it is that life is going to give you. You don't have to understand at this very moment. All you need to know is that you will understand. And it's better to understand now rather than later. There's a reason why people read books. It's because there's eternal wisdoms from centuries ago. Bro, religious books, that's a good example. Religious books, like, they survive through the centuries because people believe in those sorts of things. And it affects their culture, like, in the present day. If I were to live, I would rather live great than live complacent, than live without freedom. In order for you to be successful, you gotta spend money to make money. I think if people have like a good idea, but they don't have They don't spend enough money on it, and that's why they're unsuccessful. They have to spend the money smart, first of all, and secondly, they have to focus on the consumer, how the consumer is going to get the message of the business, and like all those things. Time is the same thing. You gotta spend time to make time. However, that doesn't mean you spend that you don't spend time at work. You spend time making work, providing work to other people, so that you're able to be more free. You have to spend time to make time. Spend time now to make time later. And there's many ways to go about it, but like a main way is a job, but that's not a way to go. A better way is entrepreneurship, in which you don't have to work the hours that another person works. Time, like, is the greatest humbler. If you are not humbled by time, then you're either just like an eternal being, or you just don't care about life. If time isn't limited to you, what would you be doing right now? Well, personally, I would probably be doing instant gratification activities, But then I'll feel like shit. If I had unlimited amount of time, then I would probably use that time unwisely. And then like use it wisely in like some areas and doing all this and that. However, if I'm going to, you gotta see that there's always like this opportunity in which you can be great. You can leave a legacy. You can live eternally and live a legacy. And that, you can build an exponential amount of happiness by building a legacy, even though you have an unlimited amount of time, So why wouldn't it be the same for a limited amount of time? Instead of living and being a legacy, you pass on that legacy to another person, and another person does it to that other person, and so on. Time will always be running out for you. If your parents haven't set you up with a good life, you have less time, technically. However, there's still learning lessons to be learned when you put in the work. When you put in work, it's less about time and more about what you put in that time. It's work in time, not just time. It's not about working 40 hours per week and that's the minimum. It's about working 140 hours per week for 0 hours per week for the rest of your life, And those things, I think, is quite good. Time will always be running out, and you just have a limited amount of time. You have such a small scale compared to the universe that time should be something that you should worry about. Are you using your time effectively? People just like scroll on social media and just like jack off, They don't do much. I don't want to be like that. Click on this video.